right, legends, welcome back to part 2 with the incredible Lavonda. She is amazing. She's blown my mind because it's just, I think this is definitely something that I would do if I was in the field like Lavonda building a business. I would want to go, okay, how can I always speak to, like, how can I, one, speak to many? That's the goal. If I can speak to many and I can have that system to get those many moving through a presentation at the same time, one at a time, five at a time, 10 at a time, 100 at a time, I can become an unstoppable force, especially if I leverage that system and I create that duplicatable or duplicable process for my team. So the lives, right? You and I know because we were connected on Facebook what felt like 100 years ago, but like 8 years ago or something, maybe it was eight, how long was it? Yeah,
It's been at least 8 years.
yeah, 8 years, right? Like, so 8 years. Your team, you were one star in your team, so like, what your team was like, what, 50 to 100 maybe back then?
At that time, about 200, 300,
200,
almost 300, yeah.
200, 300. How big's the team now?
Over 3,000.
You're
Yeah.
killing it, man. You're killing it, and this is so cool. I love that. So obviously when we got connected, I was doing lives every single week. I was doing once a week for 45 minutes, and I thought that was a lot. And people were like, "Oh my god, like 45 minutes a week, it's like a masterclass. Like, this is so good. Like, you're giving so much value." How often are you doing these 90-minute lives?
So before my dad passed away, I was doing them every day. I
Mm-hmm.
lost my dad this time last year. So my energy was like not
Yeah,
there,
yeah, I get
and I didn't want to half do it. So now recently I'm doing them like 3 times a week.
it. Mm-hmm.
Then I was doing it at least 5 to 6 times a week.
Wow. So three times a week, three
Yeah.
times a week for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So I guess the obvious question is like, what are you talking about for 90 minutes? Because like it's 90 minutes. It's like if I'm gonna do 90 minutes, that's like a keynote, but like at least you get the laughs, you get the smiles, you get the energy, you can get people out of their seats and clapping around. But also like my voice gets sore after like, don't know, like 60, 65 minutes. So like 90 minutes, that's a long time. So like what are you doing?
Okay, can I paint the picture for you
Yes,
so you can
please.
understand? Okay,
Yes,
so
please.
you and I are speakers. So when we
Right.
go to an event, we need to be organized. We need to have our introduction, we need to have the body, we need to close. And like you said, we have to exude a lot of energy to keep the energy going, even for a 20-minute
Mm.
speech. Okay. I've done those and it feels like 2 hours in 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so it's not that on TikTok. So for example, Facebook, when you go live, majority of your audience will see the live replay. Well, TikTok doesn't have replays. So if I compare TikTok, I would say it's like going to a vendor event and there's like multiple tables at the event. No one's given a speech at these tables at a live event, right? They're giving you their product, they're collecting information, they're
Mm.
like having quick conversations, and then the person is gone. They're like off to the next thing. So TikTok is like that. People are in and out, in and out, in and out. Some will stay for a little while, but for the most part, for 90 minutes, you have thousands of people that are coming in and out. And
Mm.
that helps me because all I'm doing is the same thing. I'm motivating, I'm telling
Mm.
my story, I'm dropping some tips, I'm asking them to ask me questions, I'm celebrating, and all I'm saying is every 2 minutes, go to the link so you guys can learn more. Go to the link so you don't miss out. By the way, I got started in this business because if someone will ask a question, I'll answer it. And don't forget to go to the link. That's where all the information is. I'm just teasing y'all. So I'm doing that for 90 minutes. Then you could drink your water, you could take a bathroom break, you can eat a snack. It's so unprofessional on TikTok. It's like the behind the scenes, just chilling, vibing out. Sometimes I'm on my couch back there in my office, cuddled up with the tripod. Sometimes I'm here at my desk. My kids are coming in and out asking questions. And it's just so it's
Real.
good for business. Yes.
It's
And real.
real though, right? It's like it's real, it's authentic. Like I always believe that the longer you go live for, the more authentic it is because you just can't hide. You can't be fake for so long. You can be fake for like, you can be like, hey, it's the classic, right? It's the classic WhatsApp or audio message with friends where you're like, ha ha ha, ha, yeah, so funny. And then someone shouts and you're like, oh, I'm recording. So you delete it. So funny. It's like, oh, what are we doing? Like it's so crazy, but you're being like fully authentic, fully real. Again, and you're just motivation, testimony, education, or hacks or tips, celebrating, and then like referencing the link, referencing the link, referencing the link. And how many people jump on these lives? Do you care about that? Are you paying attention to that? Like,
I yeah, I pay attention for the most. Oh, and then I also interview my team because you can bring on other hosts on TikTok as well.
yeah.
So, especially if they're growing their audience and I'm bringing them on and I'm like, go join them. They have the same link in their bio, you know. But yeah, I pay attention usually on average between 20 to 50 people. And then when TikTok really loves me, the most I've ever had was 800 people on my live.
Oh my, because it just caught it and just boom, took it off. And was that the
Yeah.
live? And was that the live when you had the 800? Or was that the live where you got the 12 people to sign up?
No, the 12 people signed up. There were less than 50 people on that live.
What the
At a
heck?
time, at a
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
people are coming in and out, in and out. But yeah, I didn't break the 800 on that. And the reason why I stopped caring because when I broke the 800, no one joined during that peak of the 800. So
Yeah.
here's the other thing I have to mention because I really do feel like this is when my numbers just start killing it. I start recruiting 30 people a week
Mm-hmm.
in my business. So like how you're seeing these crazy lives, people throwing a ping pong or they're like writing name in the sand, like what? And they have like 4,000 people on there. But what I was paying attention to is first of all, why are these people interested in name in a sand or like your whiteboard? They're like writing a name on a whiteboard, and people in the comments say, "I want to see my name. Where's my name? Say my name." And I'm like, "How do I get people to want to see their name?" So what I start doing was I created a list on my iPad, and then
Mm.
I got me a big old jumbo screen like
Come
you,
on.
and I will put their names for who joined my team. And so
Wow.
people get on my live, not hear a single word I've said. And they're like, how do my name get on that list? And I'm like, go to the link, learn more about the business. And if you decide to join, these are all new team members. And I've had people to jump on and say, I joined, I don't see my name. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they like literally just joined, but they care more about seeing their name than the business.
The recognition, right?
The
Like that.
recognition.
Because like I think it's so important that you say that. Like think about it, right? So in school you get really high marks, you get recognized. You play in a sports team and you score a goal, you win a match, you get recognized. Then when you get like your first job, maybe you get like a tip or a bonus and you get recognized, and your first paycheck you get recognized. Then as life goes on, you have kids potentially, and all the
Yeah.
recognition goes on to them. And maybe someone will come up to you and say, your kid is a credit to you. Like, well done. You did a great, and it's a great feeling. In network marketing, like your name's in the spotlight every time you hit a rank, you go to an event, you're getting cheered. People are coming up to you, go, that's Lavonda. She recruits all these people. Like, that's Lavonda. Like, she's doing amazing. You get all this. So we're kind of used to it, right? We're kind of used to like the recognition, but most people are just hidden. They're just on cruise control through life. And I think it's so great that you figured out how can I celebrate people and recognize people by doing what you want them to do, right? Celebrate what you want to duplicate, right? Celebrate their idea. So you're putting the name on the board for everyone who joins the team, not everyone who fills the form, right? Everyone who just joins the
No
team.
way.
Yeah,
And
it's
I only
crazy.
joined the team. Yeah. So people will say that. I went to the link. I was like, oh, yeah, but these are the people who actually signed up. So
Wow.
that gets them, oh, well, let me go watch the video again. Or, I'm coming on Friday.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see my name on your next live. Yeah. It's
Uh-huh. Wow. So I mean, I give up writing anymore because it's just gonna, my hand's just gonna stop working again. You've done it to me again, Lavonda. The last time we spoke, the same thing happened. Like broke my wrist, broke my hand, broke the muscle in my thumb. Like everything's just broken. So it's just so good. So all right. So we're doing the explainer videos. Then we're doing the lives 3 times a week. So two to three explainer videos every day. Do you do them on Saturdays and Sundays, or do you give yourself a day off?
not really. I don't give myself a day off. But I have my arsenal of videos. So my
Yeah.
kids are active in sports. So
Yeah.
even if I don't physically record, I would still post because I
Yeah.
have, videos there.
Right. So you're posting two to three a day, and then you're going live for 90 for a long period of time, 90 minutes, then 3 times a week. You're filling the form. Um, when someone then joins the team, because it's a lot of people. Like when you're recruiting all these people, it's often like, ah, it's like overwhelming. Like, are you then having calls with them? Are you sending them like onboarding? Like, how are you getting them like the product information, the business information, the system information? Like, how are you going through that?
Yeah, so I'm the number one recruiter in our company. I have over 500 personals active,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And so I always, whatever I do, a business or a strategy, I think, what if I get 1,000 people in a week? What can I do with 1,000 people that's not going to stroke me out? You know, and so I have a welcome email that's in my notes. It's in my iPhone, my MacBook, my iPad. And what I did is I created like these 2-minute videos where if they're joining me, they're already used to seeing me on camera, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, welcome to the team. Thank you so much. In this welcome email, the next steps is going to help you get acclimated in the business. And so for each thing, there's a 2-minute video where I'm telling them, the next steps. I have my resources there. I have an ebook, an onboarding ebook for people that like to read.
Hmm.
We have a Facebook group for community. So they're inviting themselves there. And then I have a Calendly coaching link
Hmm.
and I have a prerequisite. Like you have unlimited coaching with me, but first you have to do your basic training and
Hmm.
then we can chat. And most people start making money before we even ever have a coaching session
Hmm.
because of how automated that process is.
Oh my God. I love how you said the basic training.
Yeah.
Basic training. And then do you do like Zoom calls with the team? Anything like no?
Yeah, I so your love hate for Instagram is like me with Zoom.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, I have thousands of people and you get a few hundred show up and then most of them will watch the recording. And I'm like, do I have to be live for y'all? Cause I could do this at like 2 o'clock in the morning, send a mass email to the team and you just watch it whenever you watch it. And so I don't really do weekly live Zooms with my team, but we're very active in our Facebook group. So,
Yeah.
you know what I do? I do like 10-minute videos. I got the idea from you many years ago. I'm Mrs. Frazer Brookes, aka Travel Queen. I do 10 to 12-minute videos and I drop them in our Facebook group,
Mhm.
coaching, motivation and celebration. And that keeps the team thriving with my energy.
Yes, and again, new blood as well, right? Like I can imagine your community and the team is just there's a lot of energy because there's a lot of new people coming through, and we also know, right? Like recruiting is the answer. If you're frustrated with the team, go recruit a new one. If you're upset with the team, go recruit a new one. If you're overwhelmed with the team, go recruit a new one. If you want them to do more, go recruit a new one. Like recruiting is the answer. Have you had anyone on your team like become a top recruiter as well? I know you're the number one, but are there other people in the team as well who are like now recruiting machines. Like, are they
Yep.
just do it and they're just doing what you're doing, right?
Yep. On TikTok, I have three other ladies actually that are top recruiters as well. They're directors. They've never had like home parties. That's a culture in our company. And I had to give up home parties for being a mom, but I didn't want to give up
Uh-huh.
my business. And so they've taken it, and there are new upcoming leaders as well that have personally sponsored over 200, over 300, over 100.
Oh my days.
They went from no influence to they built their complete influence thanks to this business.
And you.
And yes, and
She won't say it about herself. I know, I know, I know. But because like and this is what I want everyone as we wrap things up, and this is what I want everyone watching this to understand. Like, yes, you're thinking, oh God, I've got to do 2 or 3 3-minute videos like every day. Like that's a lot. And I've got to do a 90-minute live 3 times a week. So let's say, let's say it's like a 45-minute live every single day. Like, oh, it's a lot, it's a lot. But is it? Like, is it 45 minutes a day? Let's say it's 90 minutes 3 times a week. 45 minutes a day, and let's say it takes you 5 minutes to like get ready and do the thing, and you do 3 of those 5-minute videos. That's an hour a day. That's not a lot. That's not a lot. And like, look at the impact that Lavonda has had. There's someone recruited over 100 people, over 200 people, over 300 people. You might be watching this thinking, I want to recruit over 100 people. And she has people in her team who are doing that, right? She's been in the business for a few years, right? It doesn't happen overnight. She's worked and developed her system and her process and made it easy for her team to duplicate. And I think as well, like, the next time Lavonda is on one of these calls, there won't be 3,000 plus people on the team. There'll be 10,000 plus people on the team, because it takes time for the system and the way of doing things to really kind of like be integrated and absorbed and a part of the DNA in the culture as well. Last thing, for the people on here, and by the way, guys, you guys know I don't prepare any of the speakers with any of the questions. They have no idea what I'm going to share. It's kind of funny how I do this. It's like my little like just to see how people react to it. Everyone's amazing. Like, when you started, if you think back to like the person you were when you started, like, what challenges did you have on social media? Like, were you like scared of the camera, like shy? Were you like low energy? Were you like hot mess? Like, what were you like when you first started on social media? I'm curious because I remember you from out there, but I never remember you being like messy. I don't know. I always thought you just did great.
so first of all, when I am like big, shining bright, all that good stuff, you are going to get so many accolades because I learned so much from you in the beginning. I tell people all the time, please learn the basics of network marketing so that it can transition well to social media. You can't be a social media influencer in our industry without understanding the basics first, right? When I first started, I was terrified of seeing myself on camera. And so I essentially built my first 6 figures through YouTube because I could hide. And I would hide behind a PowerPoint presentation. I'm like, I'll put my picture on the slide. I will not show my camera. You can hear me, but you will not see me. And I would say that in my presentations. I'm like, guys, I'm going to hide my camera so you can focus on the information on the slide. But that wasn't the truth. I was hiding because I was going to freak out. And then for 2 years, Frazer, I couldn't even edit my videos because I couldn't hear my own voice. And then I would look at myself and I'm like, is that something in my nose? What's wrong with my eye? Oh my gosh, my hair was sticking up. And then I'll just delete it, never post it. So I had to get out of that. So for 2 years, I just would create a video, post it, not rewatch it. So that means there was absolutely no editing. And that's how I started building up my following. But I just started studying people. I love like your energy. You taught me you're like smile with your mouth open. So I'm like, all the fun things. And I'm like, I can do that. And it's like, okay, Well, I'll go outside, I'll drink some coffee, I'll snuggle up with my husband and let my family fire me up, and then I'll take that energy and but it did not start that way. And I wanted to delete my early videos, and my husband was like, no, that way your team can see how you started. Otherwise, they'll think you've always been this way,
Yeah, for sure. And I love how you just basically did your motivation, testimony, and education part there. You just went into beast mode. You were like, with the motivation pieces, like you're gonna get the accolades. I was like, oh, really? And then you told your story, and then you gave a tip about like how you just hid behind it. Oh my god, you just do it on autopilot because you've done so many of them, right? It's crazy. And I think this is what I want you guys watching this, listening to this, to understand. The majority of people these days come to me and say, Frazer, how do I recruit? If I could recruit someone just like me, like if I could recruit someone just like me, or more serious people, or better people, whatever, like really think about it. When you started, do you really dream of recruiting you when you started? Because I definitely don't. I was a freaking nightmare. I was the worst network marketer in the world. So many times we try and want to recruit the person who is like us today, who has 5 years experience, 10 years experience, 20 years experience, 3 decades of experience. That's where the opportunity is. Everyone can have those years of experience. You just have to wake them up. So how are you being more visible? How are you having more conversation? And you're going to win as a result if you consistently do it. Lavonda, you're amazing. How do people go find you again? It's the Travel Queen, right?
Yes, the Travel Queen on TikTok,
Yeah.
Facebook, Travel Queen 4K, on Instagram, Travel Queen on YouTube.
all the things. But I guys, I would, because she's super active on TikTok, like go find her on TikTok. And just see how she's showing up. Her energy is going to motivate you and inspire you as well. It's also good to follow other network marketers instead of other people talking about absolute nonsense out there in the world of network marketing. And Lavonda is one of the people who you need to learn the how from. She's amazing. Lavonda, thanks so much. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you. You are amazing. Thank you so much,
I
Frazer.
appreciate it.